Louie C. the Mayor checking in. What's going on, my people? Had the club going up on the Tuesday. Let me tell y'all, one day I'm feeling a full-fledged movie going on and everything looking good, but we far from being out the woods. Shout out to FloridaKeysInjury.com. If you get in any type of accident on a moped, a car, bicycle, make sure you see them local boys, FloridaKeysInjury.com. And shout out to my man, Dr. Burrows, Advanced Urgent Care, Key West Marathon in Key Largo. He's got a new plan that he is working on. Health plan $89. That basically, finally, we got something good for people, so nobody could be timid of going to get some health care without paying an arm and a leg. So that's great. I'm excited for that. And we got that good old boy Tony Esteno's Tony's Cuban Cafe. That boy always have a special. Tomorrow, Wacky Wednesday, that man got that French dip sandwich, $7 over there at Tony's Cuban Cafe. Right about now, this is one of the brand new, young hitters out. He's been with me for a long time. Georgie, how long, what was the first time I met you? Like, how old were you?
I think I was like 16, 15 years old.
He's still looking like he's 21 right now. Yeah. So, Georgie Blanco, commercial fisherman and captain. Tell the people out here a little bit about yourself. But before we start that, please hit the notification button. So like that, you're notified when we on the Louie C. the Mayor podcast. And make sure you subscribe right here to YouTube. And we can get some more people on the program, talk about some things. So, Georgie, just tell them a little bit about yourself, sir.
Well, I'm born and raised Key West, Florida. I'm as skunk as they come, fifth generation skunk. My dad's family, they came over in the 70s. My dad was born here in commercial fisherman. My grandfather, my uncles. My mom's family's been here since 1910.
1910.
1910.
Wow.
But yeah, this little town, I love it. It's in my blood. My kids are conks. Something I can be proud of. My great grandfather played for the original baseball teams here. You know, there's a lot of story, a lot of history. So we got to look out. We got to protect this place down here. And this is definitely one of a kind of place around. And you know, I love it.
Okay, so remember I told you all this gentleman right here, I already said this a long time ago, this guy is fully focused, 1,000,000% dialed in, he ain't with the nonsense. So this man is still starting out his life or whatever, this man's gonna do it real big, and he's already doing it big. So this is an example for some of y'all still with the foolishness to get your stuff together and move forward, because like I said, you gotta live in the moment. I mean, this life is short. Look how many people died in this pandemic. Georgie, I need you to project your voice and make sure we clear. But I see you came out here, boy. I thought Outcast was coming here fresh and clean on that haircut, man. Who cut you up like that, man? That's tight.
My boy Pedro over there at Shearstown Barber hooked me up today. Thank you, Pedro.
Okay. You was happy as pie, like a million people that man, couldn't get their haircut.
I felt free today when I got my haircut. It's been a while now.
And now we got to live fresh and clean all the time. So if you did 3 showers, you might have to do 6. The thing is serious. June 1st. You know, the roadblock go down, and it's not if, it's when we're going to get some more cases, more testing, more positive cases. That's just the way it's going to be. Let me ask you something, Georgie. How long have you been fishing? When did you first pick up that first reel, and how long have you done it, especially professionally now commercially?
Well, like I said, my father, grandfather, everybody's been commercial fishing, so since I can remember, I've been on a boat. Nice. But technically, fishing, winching the back of a boat, I think I probably started when I was like 11 years old.
Wow.
I started captaining my dad's boat when I was probably about 17. For a few years there, I've been the youngest guy out there with the commercial boats and stuff, fishing lobster. We got a 43-foot Torres and we got a 34-foot Crusader that we're running now. We got blessed a few years ago there. We got a little bit more lobster traps. We're running about 4,000 lobster traps, and when lobster season's over, I do my charters. You know, I work on the Captain Andy with the Eddie Griffins, and I do my own personal charters as well. But
how do they get in contact with you if they want to book you for a charter?
Well, you can go through Fish Andy with Andy Griffins. Ask Eddie for Georgie Blanco, and or you go on my I got an Instagram there with Real Faith Charters.
What's the name of it again?
Real Faith Charters.
Okay.
We just starting out now with all this little bit of pandemic stuff slowed down. We had to cancel a lot of trips, but God willing, stuff will start turning around pretty soon.
Okay, so this one over here, Georgie, as you know, We kick it on Stock Island. Just because we're not at Stock Island, we keep it blood raw on this podcast. So I'm going to tell y'all something. Some of y'all still going on the boat and call yourself captains. And y'all with all that playing and all that drinking and all that extracurricular stuff, the ocean is nothing to play with. It's all fun and games till they don't find you no more. Coast Guard will go looking for you. You know where to be found. Helicopters looking for you. The U.S. Navy dispatch looking for you. This is nothing to play with. And we say that jokingly, but you know, the water is very serious out there. I learned this because I come from the school of Gulf seafood, and there's nothing to play with. One of the best things that can happen, because like I say, for entertainment, you know, you should not complain about doing entertainment. Being on that boat, pulling 400 traps, that's incredible work that you got to do. It's not easy. So, Georgie, I was going to ask you this later, but we might as well get to the meat and potato. What's the scariest situation you had out there in the ocean before when you was in some type of situation? Because, you know, you every time you go out there, you take your life in danger. You got to be focused.
I think sleeping out there in the Marquesas, you know, a lot of us, we all tie up after a long day fishing. That way we save a little bit of fuel and time for the next day. You sleeping at night and a water spot come by, you know, because that catch you off guard. Water spot come out anywhere. I mean, you always got to be prepared, but at the end of the day, say your prayers before you go and thank God when you're coming back.
Okay, you made it home safe.
That's it.
So luckily, knock on wood, we got a little bit of wood out here. This glass, but we got a little wood. You ain't got close to the perfect storm. You watch that Perfect Storm movie, boy. That don't make you. They don't want you to go in the ocean no more. That's crazy.
Well, but it's good. We got good meteorologists because I don't mess around with that. It's blowing 40 miles an hour. I'm staying home.
If you haven't watched the movie tonight, go watch that movie. But let me ask you a question. I think you made the decision probably to go ahead and try to come in when you see those weather patterns were going to come in because you didn't know it was that bad, and then you want to let all that fish rot out there.
Well, I mean, when you captain a boat, you know, I work with 3 mates. It's not just your lives; it's their lives as well. You know, you got to be safe, and nobody wants to be out there trying to make $1 and risking your life for making that $1 out there. It's not worth it. You know, we'll clean it up and we live to fight another day.
Exactly. Okay, so now. I was talking to Georgie off camera, and I always been against the mini tourist season. The mini lobster season, with a lot of tourists come in for 2 days. But now, like I told y'all, you have to talk to people with some sense. If they ask me something about fishing, I send them to Georgie. I send them to my cousin Santi out in Sebia. If I don't know, I know a lot. I know above average of fishing or whatever. But when it comes to detailed stuff, I don't know it like these guys, not even close. Just like if they ask me about concerts, they're going to ask me about what I know. So can you explain, because I think a lot of people, you will learn something today. Learn today exactly why do we have this mini season. Tell them how this came about, because I was even confused about it. And now I'm very clear of the facts that you stated with me off camera.
Well, mini season is one of them things about it's a necessary evil. You know, a lot of people, you hear mini season, they want to say, oh, tourists are coming down, they're gonna mess everything up, they're gonna flip over our corals, they're gonna take all of our lobster, they're destroying their environment, they need to stay where they're at. Well, the problem is mini season, we have to have it, and the reason being is if there's not them 2 days for them people to come down, starting August 6th, all the people are going to come down for August 6th. And then what's going to happen is us commercial guys, we got all of our lobster traps in the water, which is, you know, you got thousands of fishermen throughout the whole Keys on the water that same day with all these other tourists, hundreds and hundreds of tourists that came down. That's a recipe for disaster. You're going to have people getting into people's lobster traps. It's not going to be good. The other thing is, mini season's 2 days. So you got these guys, these weekend warriors, what they like to call them, you know, come down probably one time a year, the Keys, and they'll come for those 2 days and they'll leave. Yeah, they might mess things up, but the problem is if we don't have that mini season for those 2 days, they're gonna come starting day lobster season and they might not stay 2 days. They say, hey, we did good today, we did good the second day, let's stay the whole rest of the week. So instead of having all these tourists that we have down here that really don't know what they're doing out in the waterways here for 2 days, messing stuff up, they might stay the whole 6 days, they might stay 5 days. Regardless, I don't like it for them coming down. They do hurt the environment. I think they do, but it's inevitable. We can't stop them from coming down. They are going to come down no matter what we do. But this way, the mini season is like, I call it a stress relief valve. They come down, they get their bugs, they get what they do the damage, and they're gone. And we ain't got to see them no more. After the first week of lobster season, you barely see any tourists coming down getting their lobster.
Now, let me ask you a question. So what a lot of people don't know is they could come down whenever they want.
Yeah, absolutely. No, if
Some people think that they only give them 2 days and then they cut them off. They could come down every day if they wanted to. But what you're saying, I just want to make sure I'm clear, that by you give them that 2-day window, they basically come in, make a party of it, whatever they do, and then they basically done. So they're not thinking about coming regular. Some people probably come, way more than once or whatever. But he said if you didn't have that, then you could have all kinds of people possibly even get killed out there, because a lot of these people have no business behind the boat in the first place.
Well, Louie, you got to look at it this way. Right now, it's our downtime for the lobsters, for the lobster fishermen. We're repairing traps. We're spending money. We had a very bad year last year, and we're getting everything to get ready going. So when we do throw our traps in the water, we have a large expense. We paid our mates. We haven't made no money the last few months. You go out there and you got a bunch of tourists on your trap lines pulling your lines. You're gonna have some angry fishermen out there. You're dealing with people's livelihood, their food. Right. It's gonna be ugly. And the way I look at it, like I said, they come in, they do their damage them 2 days. We still gotta throw our traps out after they leave. We have a little bit of recovery time, and it's done. It's over with. And it's something we're just gonna have to live with. It's something in the world
and Georgie's being very nice, because let me tell you something, boy. And old timers now, old school. You pull up on somebody pulling your traps, you might not see that person no more. They say, well, what happened to Billy? I ain't seen Billy no more or whatever. Now, things are a little bit different, but it's still going to be a big problem. So this is a cardinal rule. Do not mess with people's traps or whatever. If you do, I hate to say this, you probably need to get your hand broke or whatever, because this is something that you don't do. Is they think it's fun and games, but it's really stealing from people's house.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no difference of me going inside your house, robbing you, taking your wallet with your money in it, because that's the way I feed my kids. That's the way I feed my family. Yeah. So it's the same thing. But yeah, like I said, a lot of locals, even my father earlier today too, he was, everybody else was, oh no, they need to do away the mini season. A lot of commercial fishermen don't like it because they're not thinking things through. Mini season was put in place for this exact reason. It wasn't just for the tourism. Yeah, we're going to get the tourism. But remember, like I said, them people are going to come down no matter what, whether it's August 6th or the last Thursday and Wednesday of July. It's better this way that we don't mix them together and they're only there for 2 days. If anything other than 2 days, if we open it up in the beginning of the lobster season, we're going to have them a lot more chaos.
Nice. Okay. So that makes a lot of sense. I started with the yo-yo, throw the yo-yo out there. So right now, thank you, Tangela Edward, for the production today. If you have any questions on fishing, this will be the time. We're going to take some questions because, like I said, this stuff, it's very serious on that water. Is to be taken, extremely, once again, very serious. Don't play around with that. Like, Georgie is one of the few captains I go out with because I know he know exactly what he's doing. And, if you got on the boat and you're out there just having fun, that's cool. But the captain got to be focused. Somebody got to be in charge because, the captain's supposed to go down with the ship. And if you playing around, on that Bud Light and all other stuff, you're going to take the whole ship down with you or whatever. So it's all bad news across the board. Another thing is, bottom line is conchs and everybody living down here, even if you wasn't born and bred a conch, they're under no circumstances going for it. So I don't care who trying to do it. We're going to get clarification on this to close down the SandBars. They said that's absolutely 1,000,000,000% you guys are against that. So I want to see, I know you've been on this since day one. How's that going in that movement to try to shut some of this stuff down?
Well, since the shutdown, I've been taking my kids out to the SandBars, and I've been seeing a lot of other locals going out that way. And to be honest with you, them SandBars are clean. I've been seeing everybody taking home their garbage. I mean, everybody's been pulling their own on their ends. I was a little sad the other day. We went through the Mud Keys. They got those signs, no motor zones, and all that. And we spoke about this a few months ago, and this Corona epidemic came through, and we still gotta stand firm with that. We can't have these people that don't even live down here telling us we can't go to the SandBars. The fact of the matter is, there's been more and more facts that this is a water quality issue. Has nothing to do with taking the family, having a barbecue in the SandBar. And these guys trying to shut things down is basically trying to put a Band-Aid for the flu. You put a Band-Aid on your hand, ain't gonna take care of the flu. The same thing shutting down these SandBars, taking away our way of living, and you're not. The only thing is you're taking our way how we do things out here without fixing anything. There's no resolution for that. So these guys, what they really need to do, there's a lot of fertilizer going in the water from Big Sugar and these companies. It's a big water quality issue, and they need to check that out before they think about taking our little islands and our little getaways from everyone else.
Tangela, why don't you come around here so we can start feeding some of these questions I'm seeing come through. So just roll your chair down this way, and then we're gonna make it happen. Now let me ask you this: so they haven't shut anything down at all, and are they continuing to try to shut things down, or where we at?
So technically, they're getting a proposal ready to see what we will accept or what they're gonna do. Nothing's set in stone, thank God. I think this epidemic is going on to slow things up. But we still need to be attentive. You know, I mean, these people, they will take this away from us if we don't stand up for ourselves. We can't let people making laws and taking things from us that ain't even from around here, and without factual evidence of it actually going to work. So we definitely gotta keep our eyes open.
Flex your muscles, and talking about that is voting is very important. So that's how it goes. So I got a rule, George, is very simple. If you are not registered to vote, me and you will talk about nothing with politics. Very sorry. Are you registered to vote? The answer no, and a conversation. So some of these people, you know, they're doing stuff. If they represent you, keep them in. If not, vote them out. You know, start from the city. We got a big presidential election, November 2020 coming up, and the supervisor election challenged me to do 85%. That's why I formed the Key West Service Industry. I'm gonna try to get 5,000 people. And for people out there that don't represent the people, we're gonna get you out of there, because a lot of my people, 18 to 30, don't vote. Or my vote don't count. It does count, and we need to basically get out there and vote. I'm gonna go like what Puff Daddy say: vote or die. That's the way I feel about that. So I see Martin Liz came in. What do you got over there for Martin Liz? Tangela, project your voice so I can hear you clearly, and these people can hear you.
Great to see the community discussions. Great to see Conks bringing those topics up. Great job, all you guys, on whatever side of things you stand on.
Outstanding. Okay, and I see we got Willie Castillo, you know that cat, checking in.
All right, Willie, how's it going?
You got Deborah Street from the Naughty Vapes checking in. It brings a lot of money when I need it the most. Yep. All right. Let me see. Give me Randy's question. You see Randy up there?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead with Randy. How you doing, Randy? Thank you for checking in on the podcast.
How many traps am I allowed to have as a resident fisherman?
Well,
That's a good one.
crab traps, I know it's you're supposed to. I think it's 5 per person in household. I think it's 5 stone crab and 5 blue crab. Lobster traps and fish those, you're gonna need a certificate. Depending what the market value is, they can range anywhere from right now $100 to $200. When you do buy tags, there is a 10% reduction. You buy 100 tags, they're gonna take 10 tags from you. That's another thing why a lot of these guys know us. They're saying that we're tearing up the environment. We got too many traps out there, which in fact the matter is every year more and more lobster and crab tags are off the market, which meaning less traps are going in the water, because every time somebody sells out, there's 10% lobster traps taken off that's never going to be back into place again, and there's 20%, 20 to 25, not for sure, the crab that's taken off the market as well. I fish lobster, I don't fish crab, but it is a reduction every time when those licenses move. As well with the South permits to fish yellowtail unlimited and grouper, snapper, grouper unlimited, every time one of those licenses is sold, there has to be another one taken off the market as well. So I mean, it's a pretty sustained fishery. What's going on here? I think they need to leave it be. They need to leave us alone. I've been taking people out fishing the last couple of weeks. It's been phenomenal. I mean, I've seen some of the biggest fish since I've been a little kid fishing up here just recently. I think we don't have, like I said, I don't think we have an issue with traps or with people overfishing anything down here. Our issue definitely is water quality. I have seen some of the reef out there. There is bleaching, but bleaching isn't coming from somebody doing a barbecue on the beach. That's from other issues coming up the road, which a lot of these top dollar people don't want any light shine upon that. And that's what we need to do. We got to tell these guys, a lot of people don't want to work with Noah. I want to work with Noah, but we got to work together, and we got to say, hey, you're going after the wrong people. I live off the ocean, so we need to make this right. So we need to actually find the actual problem, what it is, and shut it down. These ideas are going to help that.
I got to tell you, boy, done stock out and done checked in here heavy. You know this character right here, Mr. Gill. You know him?
Mikey Slim Gill.
Yeah.
That's your buddy. That was your protege, Money Mike, if I'm not mistaken.
Money Mike still out there?
Money Mike's the man.
Money Mike, you got to pick up that mic, dog. You got to get it back on. So give me the one from Deborah Sweet over here, Tangela, whenever you're ready.
We all know Marvin Key is one of the most beautiful places we cherish. I hope it doesn't get taken from us.
We're not gonna allow that, right?
Well, I agree with her, and that's what we get. When they come down and they have the proposals, we need everybody to turn up again like they did in Key West High School when they first came. You know, that made a lot of ruckus for them. You know, that opened their eyes too, that we here, we fight. You know, we conk strong. They don't know about that conk pride, how we got it here. And we gotta fight. We gotta fight them all the way to the end, and we can't give them nothing else. We gave them Boca Chica, we gave them Raleigh Hump, we gave them Sand Key Light, we gave a lot of stuff up already, and stuff has been improvements, and we don't need to give no more. Stuff has got to stay status quo, just how it is. Is what we're looking for.
Last time I checked, COVID-19, COVID-20, COVID-22, the majority rule in America. So basically, like you say, you got to get that support out there. Don't talk about it, be about it. When they say, if you're supporting that for the Keys, go strong. You know, we need to get 6,000 people. If we need to go on CNN, if we need to go on WPLG 10, if we need to go on WSVN 7, whatever we need to do, let them know y'all can do this stuff somewhere else over here. This is off limits. But I tell you, boy, you got a lot of hitters coming out here. A lot of y'all don't know. Can you explain to people how you got your nickname Gato? Because this man right here, let me see. What's that name right there? Frankie.
That's Frankie Ortueta.
He said Gato, tell him what it is or what it ain't. Okay.
That's my little brother. And shout out Frankie. That's good people there.
So how you get your nickname?
That's well, my grandfather, matter of fact, in Cuba.
Okay.
He always liked to fish, and they called him the cat Gato. And my father, when they came over, my dad was the little cat Gatico, and I guess when my grandfather passed on, my dad's big Gato now, and I guess I'm little Gato, so we're just keeping it going with the cat family in Nono Stock Island.
Yeah. Stock Island stand up, boy. You know, we done said how long we said Stock Island's the future. We've been saying
they are. There's a lot of improvements. It's looking good. It's cleaning up big time. It's coming along.
So this is what it's all about. Let's try to be positive and, you know, encourage people to do well. You know, if you're born here, you see somebody like this man doing well, encourage that man. That stuff in the streets, we need to leave that alone. I'm gonna tell you another thing. June 1st coming, and don't need to panic. There's just no way around it. They're gonna open that checkpoint. It's gonna be a lot of people down here. You just got to keep what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing, and don't be reckless. And it's just nothing that we can do. We live with the flu. I know this is on a whole different level than the flu. We'll live with this. HIV, they still ain't found a cure for that 100%. We still living. But if we don't open at one point, and another thing is, y'all can scream at the city mayor, at the county mayor. This is over their head. This coming from Governor DeSantis or whatever. So it is what it is. We just got to keep moving forward and just be careful out there. You got to stay fresh and clean. And let me see what else we got. Oh, crucial. This one came on the wire. You ready for this? Take a deep breath. What can you tell me about Rooster fighting in the Florida Keys? What can you say about that on the record?
Well, I couldn't tell you nothing about that, but I know Puerto Rico is still alive and well, and and I know Cuba is still. That's their culture over there. Still a lot of roosters going around the kids. That's what they do over there.
So what he trying to tell us, Georgie, very nice individual. What he's saying, he just don't say it raw like we a stock guy. If he tell us, he got to kill us. So he go keep it at that over there. We go keep that low profile. Tomorrow, free food, Bahama Village, over at Douglas Gym, noon to 2. And how has the COVID-19 affected the fishing industry, in your opinion?
Well, it really crushed me because the fact of the matter is we just came off one of the worst lobster seasons probably ever. And like I said, I do my charters in the off season, so I had to cancel all the charters. I mean, I understand why the reason happened and why things were put in place, and I don't think it was the wrong choice to do that. It definitely devastated all these charter guys down here. Everybody's hurting because month of May is the best month out of the year to fish down here commercially. Gotcha. So we hurting. That's why hopefully now things start picking up a little for us. I just, everybody gotta be safe, keep your mask on, keep clean. If you if you're older, stay home. But I understand, there's pros and cons on both sides. I understand why people don't want this to open, and I understand why it needs to be open as well. Like I was going to say, keep clean and keep washing your hands. And
that's all you can do.
And there's nothing else. This is something a little bit out of our power. And we got to stick together and we got to work together.
Exactly. Be part of the solution, not the problem. So those of y'all coming into the Keys, watching on YouTube right now, please subscribe right down here. And also, I want you to tell them once again, call this man, because here's one thing, okay? I'm going to compare this to Uber driving, okay? So I got a guy who was born in Key West and had been driving a cab, let's say, for 18 years, right? He ain't got to look at no GPS, none of that. He gonna go straight the fastest way, right? Come down from Uber or from Kentucky, driving a car down here or whatever. Ain't no telling which way he take you. So this man know where to find the fish. You know what I'm saying? Because he came on from day one or whatever. So once again, they can find you under Facebook. Is that correct? If they want to send you a DM, they could do that, right?
They could do that.
What is that under?
On my Facebook's under El Gato Cayo Hueso.
Okay.
And also Eddie Griffin Charters. Eddie's
Eddie Griffith's Charters. Okay.
Yeah, I captain Andy from time to time.
Okay.
It's a really nice boat, luxury. That's for we do trips to the fort, Bully Ridge. Eddie's a good guy. I know his business has been around. It's another conch, and they've been around, passed on from father to son as well too.
Okay, that is outstanding. So Georgie, you're a gentleman and a scholar. There's another thing I'm gonna teach y'all today. Okay, so there's some people, I ain't gonna call no names, that could be at a yacht club. They can't go to 11th Avenue and deal with the people on 11th Avenue. So what you need to do is basically be able to go to the yacht club. Like me and Georgie, you pull up to the yacht club, have a conversation with what's going on in the topic. It's like barbershop. One barbershop got one topic, another one got a different one. But then we could pull up straight up on 11th Avenue. So open your minds and listen. The main thing is that we don't listen to people that know what they talking about. When I'm around people that are 10 times heavy hitters than me, I shut my mouth and I listen. I like to talk a lot too, but I won't say a goddamn word because I'm trying to get that knowledge. And right now, you're in the moment. Like Georgie's age, you're in the moment. It's your time to make things happen. So, Georgie, any closing words out there for anybody watching before we get out of here on the podcast?
All right, buddy. Well, like I said, work together. Stay calm, strong, stay clean, and be safe. And God bless you guys.
Tomorrow's going to be on and popping, real popping. Ed Swift is going to be on the program, so y'all tune in to that. Shout out to FloridaKeysEnergy.com, lawyers for all accidents in the Keys, 302 Southern Street. My man Mark Lyons doing big things. My man Dr. Burrows, we got a good health plan coming up. Healthcare 89 for $89. You finally can get some affordable health care. And that boy Tony Estados, class of 1986. Tony's Cuban Cafe, Wacky Wednesday tomorrow. Good lunch special for $7. All love right now. Louie C. the Mayor. We got to get out of here and keep it going 24/7, 365. Go get you some fish and don't worry about nothing. We're going to make it happen. Holla!